Upon awakening the following morning, Lincoln was surprised and tickled at what greeted him on the front page of the newspaper. The journalists had had a field day with the misinformation they'd gathered in the wake of the Ford's Theater scuffle. Lincoln was initially amused, but upon entering the chief executive dining hall, sobering reality hit him head-on. For there was his vice president, Andrew Johnson, eating a plate of White House waffles and attired in the presidential bathrobe. Abe knew immediately what had happened. His panicked Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton, upon hearing the erroneous news of Lincoln's assassination, had prematurely declared martial law. Members of Lincoln's cabinet were quickly convened to hand the reins of the nation over to the vice president, who was now President Andrew Johnson. A disappointed Lincoln broke the news to Mary and the children over breakfast at Big Dan Lincoln's newest tavern on the outskirts of Washington, D.C. Mary was stunned. "But clearly," she said, "you weren't assassinated, dear one. Can you not simply return to the White House, speak with Mr. Stanton, and regain your rightful place at the head of the nation's table?" But Lincoln thought this below his dignity, and his stirring response to Mary, the epitome of diplomacy and aplomb, forever seared these words in American history. "The true measure of a man is not found in the wealth he has acquired, or the easy recognition of his name. It is not in the company he keeps or the social position he has attained. Neither is it found in the vicinity of his mandible, nor lurking in the dark recesses of a weathered boot. No, look instead for the true measure of a man in his most selfless actions. Let me give you a for instance. How about reuniting an entire freaking country? How about that? When measuring my actions against that yardstick, then clearly, dear ones, my work here is accomplished." The following week, Abraham Gregarious Lincoln gathered his entire family, including Big Dan and Miasma, and returned to the land of his youth. Sydney, Australia had not changed much, a fact that Lincoln found comforting. He spent the remaining years of his life in relative obscurity, tending bar at another of Big Dan's taverns. "Sometimes," Abe said, "you want to go where everybody knows your name, but not if your name is Abraham Lincoln, because it's always, 'Abe, sign this,' or 'Appoint me, Abe.' But here, I'm just Greg, the lanky barkeep, and I wouldn't want it any other way." He passed away, surrounded by family, on December 1st, 1890. "The true measure of a man," said Abraham Lincoln, "is most evident in how he reacts when a great injustice has been done to him. It is easy to point fingers at those you feel have betrayed you. In my case, Edwin Stanton is a good example of someone I can easily point a finger at. But history will bear out the sacrifices I have made for the good of my adopted country. And if there shall come a time when the good Lord might see fit to place Mr. Stanton and myself face to face, whether in this world or the next, I will accept this as providence. I will calmly list the injustices he has inflicted upon me. Then I will blow the dust from my nunchucks and lay siege to his worthless ass, for action, tempered by raging justice, is the true measure of a man."